This is everything you need to know about hiking Route 6 and 10 in the Cameron Highlands in Malaysia. To get to the start of Route 10, you're probably going to be starting in the town of Tanah Rata, and this is the central square where you're probably going to start. From here, you're going to head down Jalan Tapar and then turn right onto Jalan Jasar. From here, it's about a 2-kilometer walk down a relatively flat road. There is a pavement on the left hand side that you can follow, and it's really important that you basically just follow the road all the way down until you reach the end. As you walk down, you should see these different buildings here, as well as these orange flats, and once you've seen the orange flats, you're then going to turn right down this road here. You're going to keep heading straight past this pink building and then follow the road to the left. Walk straight down this road here with speed bumps, obviously slightly less annoying when you're on foot. And then once you reach the end of the road, you're going to turn left, and there is a sign there for trail number 10. You should see this green sign here, and we're going to follow it to the left. Now, if you're riding on a scooter, this is a good place to leave your scooter, and you're going to follow the path through the bushes here until you reach this red hut, and this is the start of the hike. First part of the hike was going up this steep hill. That was the common theme for the first hour or so of the hike until it flattened off here, and we had a first glimpse of what the view was going to be like at the top of Gunung Jasar. We continued to hike up the mountain. Some bits had ropes, some bits didn't, and there were a couple of giant steps that we had to make it to this point here. We then followed the path to the right past the blue ribbon to get to the top of Gunung Jasar, and then we had some more fantastic views. It wasn't as steep this bit here going up, and eventually the jungle did clear for us, but this was probably my favourite view of the whole hike. You'll see this right underneath the pylon, and after taking in the views, we then pulled ourselves up with the rope to get even higher up, and then there were these basically vertical stairs that were a little bit terrifying to get up and down. However, we made it to the top, which was super exciting. We stopped for a snack, and then we headed back down to the blue ribbon, and this time we were going to go left. And essentially, you're going to follow the electricity lines all the way down. Now, it was very steep on the way down. Luckily, we had done this hike on a day that it was quite dry, so the mud wasn't too slippery. However, we did have a couple of falls on the way and end up a little bit muddy. We continued down the mountain until we reached this hut, and then for a little while we were following this concrete path, which was quite nice after the muddy banks we just walked down. The views here were pretty good, and once we reached the end of the path, we then turned right onto the road. We followed this for a little while until we then reached a sign for the tea plantations. It was amazing to walk through the tea plantations, although we did get a little bit lost, so I'd recommend making sure you've got a map with you so you know you're going the right way. And once we made it to this junction here, we went left and made our way towards the orange hut. Once we reached it, we then followed the path to the right and just kind of enjoyed the views as we were walking along. Again, another junction, we went right at that one and then left at this one here until we made our way to these absolutely gorgeous fans. At the top of the steps of the fans, we turned right, and here's where we had to pay 4 ringgit to exit the tea plantation. We treated ourselves to a lemon iced tea once we'd finished our hike, and in total we walked just over 8 kilometers in 3.5 hours.